Hi, everyone, and welcome to Heather Carlson's Psychic Medium. This is the Capricorn reading for mid-monthly, January 15th through the 31st. I am starting off with you guys because we are in Capricorn season. Happy birthday for those of you that have just had your birthdays, and I know there's a few of you yet still to come. So I am going to be doing a reading, a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I hope that these messages resonate with you. They may not resonate with everyone, or they may be, they are sometimes changeable. So sometimes they are regarding the person that or the situation that you're thinking of. So keep that in mind as well. If the messages do not resonate with you, then I encourage you to check out some of the wonderful and gifted readers that you'll find as well on YouTube. And I hope that you will find the messages that you need there. Okay, so we're going to get started. I am using my favorite, my Shadowscapes deck, which I have to admit is my go-to for reading for others. I love the watercolor of this deck, and we've already had one pop. There we go. So I've gotten the Nine of Wands. And just for those of you, I am new to doing the zodiac reading, so just to let everyone know, I use psychic intuition as well, so I may differ or go off. For those of you that know your tarot cards, I may say things that are different than typical tarot meaning. So just for any of you that are watching. Okay. Okay. Hang on just a second. Oh, we've got a couple popping here. Hang on. I just flipped them. Where are they? There they are. Ah, no. Sorry, that was a few. So I don't like to take them when there's too many. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I trust my intuition there. Let me just, these were pre-shuffled. So I did do this deck, and I do have a clarifying deck ready to go as well. So I did pre-shuffle and meditate. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, all right. I think I got what I need. Wonderful. So, a lot going on. Wonderful, wonderful Capricorn. Great way to start off the new year. So I'm going to start off with the Nine of Wands. And so wands are our suit that talks about action and energy and moving plans forward. I always think of wands as the pedal to the metal suit, you know, put your foot on that gas pedal. And Nine of Wands is really a card that speaks to everything is in place and ready to go. You're sort of, you've got everything sort of in position, and you're sort of standing your ground and ensuring that everything is secure and in place. But, you are ready to move ahead because nines are coming up to, the end of a cycle. And so this is really the point where you're sort of securely, everything is ready to go. It's funny with Nine of Wands, I always think of, if you watch like historical, like Braveheart or any of these older historical war movies, or if you're watching Vikings or whatever, it's, where the two or three armies are in place and the strategy is sorted out. And this is the point where the charge is called and everything sort of is come together. It's what I always think of with the Nine of Wands. So this is the point where you are ready to go, but you're securely holding everything in place. But this is all that creative potential, ideas, all that movement is ready to go full throttle and put it into practice. So there is a lot sort of that has been in preparation, and this is the point where you're ready to put that into motion. Now, this comes up as in my mind, I think this one is a bit of a warning. It's not always a negative card, but I'm seeing it as a bit of so. So this is Major Arcana. This is the Devil. And the way I'm seeing this, The devil can be a warning for, those things that we know we really shouldn't be doing. So whether we're talking about addictions, bad habits, bad behaviors, poor relationship cycles that we, tend to repeat, this is sort of this card that's going, things are going great. Don't get tempted by this. So the way I'm reading this, I feel as if you've put so much time and effort into the preparation that it's almost like you're like, I can throw caution to the wind. I can have a little bit of a breather. I can, relax and not worry about it. And I feel like the card is warning of a bit of a slippery slope. You are so close to the prize and you have come so far, and it's one of those things, an addict is always an addict. And so that one drink or one cigarette, whatever your addiction is, whether it's a bad relationship or people or etc., or shopping or gambling, it only takes one slip to fall down that cliff and you're at the bottom again. So to me, this is just simply here as a warning that temptation is going to be there. You've been playing it so close and so good for 2018. You're tempted to let loose a little bit and let yourself go a little wild. And I'm all for letting everybody, everybody has a right to let loose. But to me, this isn't the time to do it. And this is here as a bit of a warning that can go too far for the period that we're talking about, January 15th to 31st. So stay on the straight and narrow just a little longer because, and this sort of plays in with the devil card here, this is the way you've got to play it. So this is the Queen of Swords. Again, swords is your mental health, clarity, decision-making. It's all the things that are going on in your mind, your ideas, your decisiveness, but it's also your fears and your anxiety and your worries. And the Queen of Swords, she really isn't having any of that. She's no nonsense. She has made up her mind. The word I always think of with her, Queen of Swords, is she is fierce. She is, you don't mess with this girl. And she is very cool, and really kind of an all business kind of attitude. If this is representative of you and you're a woman, then, you're going to get called a bitch. It's in this period because you're not compromising and you're not being talked out of what you have to do. So I almost feel like there's going to be some temptation and you are going to say, nope, I don't have time for that crap right now. I'm on my path. I know what I have to do and I am not being deterred from it. So I like this combination because it's a warning that the temptation is going to come up. But this card is telling me you're not having it. You know what you got to do. You're sticking to it. This is no nonsense. Your mind is very business is business. And I may not necessarily be talking about business, because coming up, I do feel like I'm talking about significant changes in your life as a whole. And sort of deciding, you know what, I'm tired. I need my plan. I need to focus. And what you've been working on for 2018, that is going to actually come into fruition in the next end of winter, early spring. So I'm jumping ahead a bit here from the cards. The next couple are, we have the Empress, Major Arcana. So this is a card of femininity and fertility and parenting. It is a card of marriage and support and comfort and family. This is really a card of sort of connections and, embodying sort of that strong feminine parental presence and caring for others and really finding your joys in family and, nature and, feeling at one with those around you and your environment. And then the next one is the Nine of Cups. So these go together really beautifully. I really think I'm talking about relationships here. Now, I could be talking about a love relationship. I'm unsure. And you, of course, take it the way that resonates with you. But the Nine of Cups is your wish card. This is your card of fulfillment in your relationship. So to me, I really think I'm talking about family. And if I'm talking about relationships, then I'm more getting into the more committed marriage, living together relationships. So this is really that, your core relationships, that these are really becoming what you've wanted them to be. And I feel the way I'm getting this is it's not that they weren't, but there were other things in the way for 2018. And coming into the end of 2019, particularly with this eclipse happening on the 21st, 22nd, and the full moon, I really feel as if this is coming into being what you've always wanted it to be, that it becomes the priority for you, that those core relationships are really everything you want them to be. And then the last one I also love, and you had 3 major arcana with just a few cards. So this is quite the powerful reading. So this is the Chariot. Now this is the card of Cancer. So if you're dealing with relationships, this could be representative of an actual Cancer. And I love with this deck that she's actually a woman. Usually they are a male chariot driver. But she is, again, that word fierce, similar to the Queen of Swords, is she is no nonsense. She knows what she wants. She has the capability, the power, the skill, the expertise, and the fearlessness to overcome any of the obstacles and drive this home. You are so close to that finish line. You know how to win this race. And I feel that there is significant progress being made in this period, the 15th to the 31st of January. And I feel as if this is going to be something that really solidifies that that achievement. Although I do feel like this, whatever I'm talking about, I feel like I'm talking about something that is dual step. So I feel like something is confirmed right at the end of this period, sort of that 30th, 31st, first few days of March. But then I feel like there is still a continuation, and I guess we'll get to it when we get to the next month's readings, that this is going to be going sort of end of February, early March. So I feel like there's a couple stages here, but this is where it finally seems to solidify that this is achievable and this is what is going to happen. This is absolutely letting us know that you have the ability to see the big picture. You know, the idea of someone who's doing a race who actually walks the course ahead of time. That's kind of the way I see the Chariot. Everybody else is running this race and they haven't walked the course. And you've walked that course 15 times. You know every turn, every nook, every cranny. You know exactly what you need to do, and you know how to make it, and you know how to make it in the best time and be number one. And that's what this card is saying. So altogether, it's beautiful. You've had a very sort of productive and I'm almost going to say sort of boring 2018 is kind of the way I'm getting this, in that, you know, you just sort of plugged away at what you knew you needed to do. And coming into January, you're going to have that temptation to let loose. And you're going to say, nope, I've worked too bloody hard for this. I'm no nonsense. I know what I'm working on. Because you're really getting to the point of making a focus on your relationships. And again, I think I'm talking about family, home, significant partners and children. And you know how to bring this home. You've worked long and hard to achieve those overall goals. So fantastic reading for all of you. I will be doing readings. Next one will be for February. Hope to see you again there. If this resonated with you, please be sure to like and comment in the comments below. And of course, be sure and subscribe so that you get notified of all the new videos coming out so we can continue the story. Thanks so much for doing this reading with me. And I'm so grateful that that was such a beautiful reading for your birthday month. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.